If you run a towing business and you're getting a lot of impound-related phone calls from Google Ads, it can sometimes create problems, especially if those types of jobs aren't actually what you're looking for. In this video, I'll talk about why this can happen with towing campaigns and share a few things that you may want to look at in your Google Ads setup that might reduce those kind of phone calls. So let's get started. So guys, if you're a towing or roadside assistance business and you're getting a lot of inbound phone calls from Google Ads, then in this video, we're going to talk about why you might be getting a lot of inbound phone calls and what steps you can take to reduce the number of those kind of irrelevant phone calls that you might be getting from Google Ads. This is one of our example account, and this account in the towing industry. And as you can see, in the last 30 days, we've generated 562 phone calls and around 337 conversions. And it shows 337.5 because of data attribution model. And this cost per conversion is calculated based on this number. And if you would calculate cost of each phone call, which is given here, that would be around $11.09. But I would say this number is more accurate and more realistic compared to that number, because you might get a lot of phone calls and you might get phone calls from the same person, or let's say you might have a missed phone call, or the phone call quality might be lower, let's say less than 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, which might not be higher quality phone call. And with this conversion tracking, we're trying to track higher quality phone calls than only tracking each and every phone call as a conversion, which might not be accurate all the time. And this is the cost per conversion, which is $18.48. In this industry, I've generated thousands of phone calls. So based on my experience, we're going to talk about what you can do if you're getting a lot of inbound phone calls. So let's get started. A quick reminder, I've generated thousands of phone calls using Google Ads. If you want to copy my exact Google Ads campaign structure to generate phone calls, I'm giving it away for free. You can use it as a blueprint or copy it into your own account. Link is in the description below. The first thing I would suggest to you is identify where the inbound phone calls are coming from. Maybe you're getting those kind of phone calls from specific keywords, ad groups, or campaigns if you have a lot of campaigns. So if you're gonna see the call details report, so as you can see in the last 30 days, it says 231 phone calls, which can include our search keyword, ad group, campaign, and you can have other information as well, such as call duration and the status of the phone call. Sometimes you might have missed phone calls, as I told. And based on this data, you can analyze that where exactly you are getting specific types of phone calls. But this specific report can show you the type of campaigns which can use target keyword. Let's say search campaigns. But if you have also, let's say, the campaigns which you may not have keywords, you can also see those kind of numbers, but try not to include ad groups and keywords. Otherwise, you may not be able to see a report like this. But the point is, you can go through the list of phone calls you got and identify, let's say, with your search campaigns, which exact search keyword, let's say, triggering those kind of inbound low quality phone calls. And based on that, you can either pause those keywords, let's say, if they're bringing a lot of inbound phone calls, but at the same time, make sure that they shouldn't be also profitable. Otherwise, certain keywords might bring a lot of inbound phone calls, but at the same time, they may bring a lot of higher quality phone calls as well. And overall, that might be profitable. So make sure that you're going to pause or limit the search volume of the keywords which are unprofitable and bringing a lot of inbound phone calls. So for that, again, you can analyze the keywords, ad groups, and campaigns. And for certain phone calls, you can listen to their call recordings, or else based on their call length, you can estimate whether they are high quality or low quality. Because let's say if they are less than 15 seconds, most probably they're low quality phone calls and people might be looking for irrelevant services. And the next thing on our list, you can track phone calls with longer call length as conversions. So let's say here in our example, the minimum call length duration to be considered as a conversion here is 30 seconds. But certain accounts or certain businesses might track 1 second as a call length and their metrics might look great and they might receive a lot of conversions, which might not be accurate and may not be true. And Google Ads may optimize with that wrong data. And try to make your call length more realistic. You can put it as 30 seconds and you can even increase that to 45 seconds, 50 seconds, 60 seconds. The longer that you put, the better it can be. But sometimes increasing it too much might restrict Google's automation and your results might also get worse. That's why I try to put call length not too short, but don't try to make it too long as well. because certain accounts that I manage, I've set this number as 60 seconds and it is working fine with one or two accounts. And also with the number of conversions, you should of course count them as one, even if the same person calls several times. Rather than choosing every conversion, you can choose one conversion option here. And also, when you get a phone call, let's say, if you set the call length as 30 seconds, try to make the conversation shorter. So let's say if they're looking for irrelevant services, try to make the conversation shorter than 30 seconds so that it won't be counted as a conversion. Sometimes it might be harder, but at least that's how you can improve and train Google's automation, which can have phone calls to be considered as a conversion as well. And the next thing is, of course, adding a lot of negative keywords. So if I'm going to share the list of negative keywords that I've added, as you can see, in the last several weeks or several months, more than 2,000 keywords have been added. And you need to add negative keywords regularly, and they can be certain keywords or different version of the keywords where people might be looking for impound-related searches. So they may not be necessarily searching for keywords with the word of impound, and they might be searching as, let's say, where can I find my car, or who towed my car. There might be thousands of versions, and that's why you need to regularly keep blocking certain search terms so that in the future you won't get impressions or clicks from that specific search term. And the next thing on our list, you should improve your landing page messaging as well. So let's say they have visited your site and they're looking for car impounding related services. So with your landing page, try to make your headlines more clear, and anybody who is visiting your landing page should be able to understand very quickly which kind of services you provide. So again, as always, we're going to see it as a mobile version because I cannot share the landing page of the client. Let's say it is our landing page and mobile version of the website. And let's say with this landing page, you should have a very short and relevant headline to your target keywords, and your descriptions, call to actions should be relevant to your target keywords. So if they are looking for some irrelevant services, they should immediately understand that your company doesn't provide the services what they're looking for. So that's why building a call focused, highly relevant landing pages for your target keywords is also important. And that's what I do with most of the people that I work with as well, because otherwise, if I would work on their generic landing pages, and even if you get high quality traffic, that generic landing page might waste more of the budget before they bring some number of relevant phone calls. And the next thing you realize, you should work on your ad copies as well, which means your headlines and descriptions. Maybe there are problems with your headlines and descriptions. Maybe your headlines are not clearly communicating that you're a towing business or roadside assistance business and you don't do impounding. And maybe you need to add more site links or callouts, and you should tell that, let's say, you don't do impounding, you do car towing or roadside assistance services. So you can tell that in different ways. So you can work on your headlines, you can work on your descriptions, and you can also add your callouts, structured snippets, site links to reduce impounding phone calls as much as possible, and even include the word "we don't impound" or "no impounding," so that whoever is searching for irrelevant services, without clicking your ad, they should understand that you are not the type of company they're looking for. But make sure that, of course, when you're making those changes, the main thing should always be having your target keywords, then after that, making those changes. Because having your target keywords can help you bring relevant traffic. And after that, you can work on other changes which can help you filter out some low quality, irrelevant traffic. And the last thing on our list, you should review your search terms report regularly so that you're gonna remove irrelevant traffic, or I would say you can block certain types of irrelevant impressions and clicks, and you may not get those exact versions of search terms in the future. So let's say with this account, if I'm gonna remove filtering, as you can see, I've removed some keywords which might not be relevant, or they might include some competitor names, or sometimes there might be people who are looking for their own car, and you need to block those kind of traffic. Otherwise, if you got impressions and clicks with those kind of traffic, you might get them in the future as well. So your job should be to frequently remove those kind of impressions and clicks and keep cleaning your search terms report. So as you can see here, in the last 30 days, 113 keywords have been excluded, and they've generated us 31 clicks, and it says 3 conversions, but I would not still consider that as high quality conversion. So it is absolutely fine even if I exclude those kind of keywords, because anyways their cost per conversions were much higher, $54. So again, guys, if you want to copy the type of my Google Ads campaign structure, you can click the link in the description below. Or if you guys want my help to generate phone calls for your towing and roadside assistance business, you can also apply to work with me and we can see whether we can work together. Otherwise, thank you guys for watching this video and see you guys in my other videos.